I wanted to talk about how death is an illusion. I'm just gonna wait a little bit, see if anyone come in. My dreads though. I think I'm gonna start free-forming these hoes. Like, just stop crocheting them and letting them grow. Peace, God. I want to talk about how death is an illusion, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. But I'm gonna let my dreads grow out like just naturally though. They're gonna be free form. Cause alright. So there's this incident that happened like about a week ago, and I just found out about this shit. Basically, a couple of my friends, they got killed, and these people were close to me, and I just found about this a couple of days ago. And this is for a video to remind myself and other individuals as well that death is an illusion, right? For example, like, okay, we know everything consists of energy, right? So everything is energy, and energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. And so, knowing this, we are energy. We are consistent of energy, right? Everything is energy. Everything is vibration, even from color. Like the way our color itself is a vibration that's being emitted from us. That helps us perceive what kind of color we are. Or it's the light that's reflecting off of this. That's a certain kind of color, and that's a vibration, whether it's a high frequency or low frequency. So we know that we are energy ourselves. And so, knowing that we are energy, we cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. Like, for example, this is from Nature Boy. He taught. He pointed this out, and I was like, damn, that's real. But he was talking about how when we dream, when we sleep, we go into a dream, and this dream, this reality doesn't. This current one that we in right now, this reality don't exist. We are in a completely different reality, experiencing our dream or experiencing that reality through our perception. And so we aren't sleeping, we are traveling, we are transferring our energy into a completely different reality. Just like how this reality is really a dream. Everything we do, this whole reality itself, it's created from the mental. It's just like how we are in a dream and that reality is real. It's because our mind lights it up. Our mind makes it real. We project what our mind sees into a reality, and that's why we are able to feel, hear, see, touch. And so that's the same exact concept from when we dream from this reality itself. Is that it's all from our mind. We project this because everything is energy. So we project our mind into this reality, and so everything. Peace, God. So yeah, what I'm talking about right now, you can see death is an illusion. The reason why I'm talking about this is because a couple of my friends, they got killed a week ago, and I was talking to one of my other friends that knew him, that was close to them as well. He appeared sad and all that. This is mainly for him and myself, to help remind me how we are energy, and we don't die. Just like how Nikola Tesla said back then, and I believe Albert Einstein, they stated that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. And so, knowing this and knowing that we are energy, we cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred. So the energy that's in our vessel right now, if we was to be so-called die, if we was to so-called die, we'd only be transferring into a different kind of reality. Just like, that's how we get our birth charts right now, right? So our birth chart is basically our karma from our past life. Everything that we did in our past life equates to this birth chart that we got in this current life that tells us basically we are experiencing our karma from our past life, and that's what the birth chart is. It's telling you, okay, you did this and this and this in your past life, and so now you are reaping what you sowed in this life. Whether you're going to make the best of it or the worst of it, that's up to you, yourself. And so everything we do, whether you think you getting away with it or not, it's echoing out into eternity, because you're not getting away with whatever you think you're doing. If whether it's I don't know, just with anything really, you may think just because no one's looking at you that you're getting away with it. That's a lie. You're not getting away with it. Your karma, your actions are being echoed out into eternity. Like, this shit is going out, and it's going out into eternity, infinite. Like, it's infinite. Whatever you do is gonna come back in your next life. You're gonna reap what you sow. And so, yeah, like I was saying, this is just mainly a video. I just wanted to remind myself that we are energy. We cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. And death is an illusion. Just like how you could say when we sleep we die in this realm, because consciously when we sleep we are in a different, completely different kind of reality, experiencing that reality through our mind and our perception. And that's the same. We can understand our reality by interpreting our dreams, right? Our dream is our subconscious, or whatever our subconscious plays out. That's the people we talk to in our dream. That's our subconscious, different parts of ourselves interacting with ourselves in our dream. And that's exactly the same as in this dream ourselves. The only reason why we think our dream that when we sleep is a dream is because we wake up from it and we go into this reality. How did I get my hair to lock up? Did I use anything? Nah. I'll show you what I use. Hold up, if I could find it. Crochet hook. I don't know if you can see that. It's 1 millimeter. You get a 1 millimeter crochet hook, you'd be good. But I actually had someone else to start my dreads. He started them up, and then I just maintained them. I was told that starting the dreads is pretty easy. There's videos online and shit like that. But nah, I don't use anything except for, you don't need to use anything for your dreads, regardless what kind of hair you got. If you wanted to start it up, you could just use a crochet hook. You'd be straight. But I was thinking, I don't even know if I want to do that anymore. I was thinking, I might want to just even have freeform dreads. I don't know how it's going to look with these, but that's something I want to do. Appreciate it. Yo, so when you have nightmares in your sleep, okay, that could be that could be a couple of things, right? It could reflect your conscious reality when you are awake, depending on what you do. Like, for example, if you tuning in, whatever your attention goes, that's where energy flows. So, because you were conscious, look, you got to understand that when you don't observe something, it don't exist. Whenever you don't, Like, this shit is facts. Quantum physics proves this. When the observer changes the observation, the act of observing something changes the observation. Everything is wavelengths until you try to perceive it, because your mind tries to articulate what it's seeing, and so it's staying into a constant form of vibration that you can see itself, and you think it's matter, right? And so when you, if you looking at scary movies, anything that involves like low vibration shit, fighting, scary movies, shit like that, you are giving your energy to that. You are becoming one with the energy that is being projected onto you. And so you are taking part of that energy from the scary movie or fighting or whatever. So you are becoming one with that. And so this is going into your subconscious brain. And so when you sleep, your subconscious expresses itself. And so you could see who you are as an individual when you sleep. So when you have scary dreams, this is just one example, because there's another one, but I'm going to get into that. So when you have scary dreams, your subconscious is playing out that dream, because that's what you put into your subconscious in this dream. Now, I know you say you don't watch scary dreams, but hold up, let me see. Look, I'll get into that. Just give me a second. I'm talking about dreams. You asked a question about dreams, so I'm going to explain that. And so it could either be that, whatever energy you were putting into in this current dream, that's reflecting what you sleep, or when you sleep, it's reflecting what's happening. And so it could either be that, or you're at a frequency and consciousness that other beings are able to. Hold up. Is my life still good? Am I on or what? Am I on? Can y'all see me? Okay, well, I'm gonna continue going. So, back to what I was saying. Hold on, let me see. Is it good or not? Okay, well, I'm gonna continue. So I don't see shit. But yeah. So, anyways, when you dream, you are in a different kind of frequency mentally. Your brain goes. I believe it's either in like the alpha or beta stage. That's a different kind of frequency that you are emitting through your brain. So you may become more susceptible to energies that is around you. And so when energies around you come up, especially if you in a negative environment, when you sleep, if you in a place that has a lot of negative energy, some energy may be attacking you while you sleep. And this is a problem, especially if you're having it every day. It affects how you think mentally. You're receiving this energy while you're sleeping, and it's attacking you. And that's why you got scary dreams, and you may see some kind of like demons and shit in your dream. That's because you are around negative energy. You need to separate yourself from that. And if you can't separate yourself, you need to cleanse the area around you, cleanse your mind, because all is mental. If you cleanse your mind, you cleanse your whole reality. You cleanse your body, you cleanse all that. So if you cleanse your mind, you'll be straight. Cleanse your mind, cleanse your environment. You can burn some sage or whatever. But like I said, it could either be what you put in your subconscious mind, in your conscious reality, that's reflecting what your dreams emit, or it could be, like I said, if you're in a negative environment when you sleep, you may pick up on that frequency that's trying to, attack you while you sleep, because you are in a different kind of frequency that is able to communicate with you. So when you put your energy into the Air Force, it's kind of like manifesting it. That's a little off subject, but I guess I can go into that. So whatever thought that you have, you are putting your energy towards that thought. And look, you got to think that everything is mental already, right? Everything that you see is mental. And so whenever you think of something, whenever you have a thought, whenever you vision something inside your head, you are putting your energy towards that, and it's already real. Inside your head, it's already real. You already there, right? This is what I'm doing. When you manifest something, you gotta think about it constantly. You gotta think about it constantly, like, right? So, because your energy goes where attention flows. I mean, wherever your hold up, energy flows where attention goes. Yeah, energy flows where attention goes. Whatever you put your attention to, whatever energy that's gonna, your energy is gonna be flowing towards that direction, right? And we gotta think of the metaphysical level, because everything is spiritual, nothing is physical. Everything is spiritual. Everything is your mind. You know, everything is spiritual. We got to understand this. And so, even just like, so yeah, if you put your energy towards the Air Force, if you close your eyes, you vision the Air Force, you vision you being in the Air Force, yes, you're gonna emit that kind of frequency in your mind, and you're gonna attract the same kind of frequency, because it's called the law of attraction. Whatever energy that you emit is the energy that you're gonna receive. And so, if you put your energy towards the Air Force, you're gonna attract that Air Force energy in you. And then your life and your reality is going to reflect that. But that's going way off subject. I wanted to continue talking about death is an illusion because, you know, I guess that ties in together as well. If you think you're going to die, you going to die. Right? So we are immortal ourselves. Us as human beings, we are immortal. Our cells are constantly reproducing millions on a daily basis. Millions of our cells are reproducing. We are constantly growing and growing and growing. We don't stop. All throughout our life, our cells are reproducing. We don't stop. And so, forgot what I was trying to say. It's my Mercury and Aquarius, man, fucking me up. So, shit. When we okay, yeah, so we constantly reproducing, right? We don't die unless you have the mentality that you're gonna die, right? This is what they taught us when we were kids. When we were kids, they taught us that we gonna fucking, like, we grow old and, you know, we die and shit like this. And this is something that we've been taught to believe. And once you believe something, your life is gonna play out that way, right? You may believe something, it may not be factual, but since you believe it, you are gonna manifest that situation or anything that you believe in into your current reality. That's why niggas, when they die, you know, they believe in Jesus and shit like that. And so you got people who say that, you know, they died for like a minute or so, and then they saw Jesus. It's because these niggas believe that they believed in Jesus, and so when they died, you know, their reality reflected that onto them, and so they say that it's Jesus. But they gave their energy to this individual who manifested it into their own reality. So yeah, when you believe that you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You're gonna manifest this into your life. You believe that you getting older, you're gonna get older. You're gonna visually show that you getting older, and you're gonna die. But we are immortal ourselves. Our cells are constantly reproducing this until you believe. What's popping? How you doing? I'm speaking knowledge right now. All right. So, you know, if you want, you could tune in and listen and shit. But this the subject I'm getting on. So if our cells are constantly reproducing, biologically, you know, as human beings, we are constantly reproducing ourselves millions on a daily basis. So yeah, you know, we gotta, if you believe that you gonna die, then you gonna fucking die, because our belief, our thought, our belief in something creates it and manifests it in this life. And so we've been taught that we gonna die. ever since we was a young kid, we've been taught that we grow old. In reality, we don't grow old. Our cells are constantly reproducing, right? It determines, it also plays out into what you eat, because what you eat is information. And so what you eat, it depends. If it's good for you, you're gonna live longer. If it's bad for you, you're gonna fucking, it's gonna stop cell growth, which causes aging, right? If you eat, I'm gonna use this because this is the main reason why, most of us grow old and age and shit like that. It's because, okay, first of all, the main reason would be that we believe that we die. We've been taught that we die, and so we believe this, and so this is gonna manifest this unto our reality. Just like how I was saying, when people believe in Jesus and shit like that, they give their energy through their thought, because where attention goes, energy flows. So they give their attention to this individual Jesus, and so they manifest this unto their reality when they die. And that's why you got niggas who say that when they die, like for a minute in the hospital, they say that they see Jesus when they die, is because they manifested this into their reality. And so that's the same thing. When you believe that you're gonna die, you're gonna manifest this into your reality. But it also plays out into what you eat as well. You can't say, "Oh, I'm immortal and I'm gonna live," but then you do stupid shit that make you not live. You can't eat meat, eat dairy, and expect to live fucking forever, because that shit stops cell growth. This shit causes cancer. It's worse than cigarettes. It causes cancer, bruh. Like this shit stops cell growth. It mutates your genes, and so that you are not even the same individual as you were before. You taking part of the energy from the cow, what the chicken that's been tortured all his life. It's been injected with shit. It's been fucking fed GMO shit. And so this is all mutating the chicken, the cow genes. And so and when you consume it, you consuming that kind of energy. It's mutating your own genes. It's mutating your own, who you are as an individual. So you're not even yourself, And so it's also insulating communication between your cells, so your cells can't communicate properly. If it's, for example, if something was go wrong in your body, a cell would need to tell the other cell, to tell the other cell, to tell the other cell. It goes on like that. It needs to tell the cell that something's wrong here, and we need to, we need to send some white blood cells or some shit like that to come and attack this. But if you eating meat, if you eating dairy, it's gonna stop that. It's gonna stop the communication in between, the cells and shit like that. And so it's gonna, so you're not gonna communicate properly. So the shit's gonna continue growing, and that's where you get cancer, you get tumors and shit like that. The shit you eat and mutating your cell that you have. And so the mutated cell doesn't get destroyed by your white blood cells, because the insulation in what you eating is causing fat to build up everywhere. So your cells can't communicate, and it's also mutating your genes, your cells, and so it's mutating them, and the mutated ones don't get disposed of or rid of properly, because the lack of communication between the cells. It can't tell your body what it needs to do, and so you get tumors, cells, shit like that, and that all leads to fucking aging and death. You want to eat death, you're gonna become death. You are what you eat, bruh. That shit facts. But yeah, anyways, like I said, we are immortal ourselves. We don't die. We can think of this physically, emotionally, physically and spiritually, just like how this whole world is spiritually. So even if it was physical, you'd have to be spiritual as well, that you need to cleanse yourself mentally, because it all starts with the mind. You start thinking right, you start knowing better. You're gonna reflect that through your actions. So when you start knowing that, okay, I'm immortal, okay, spiritually and physically, I'm immortal. Energetically, I'm immortal. Energy doesn't get created or destroyed, only transferred. And I'm massaging myself, man. I got a little sore up on my shoulder. I don't know. That shit popped up out of nowhere. But so yeah, emotionally, not emotionally, spiritually and physically, you got to understand that you understand this. And if you understand this in your mind, you're gonna understand that, okay, these are the types of foods that kill me. These are the type of foods that can give me life. You don't wanna feed yourself death, because that's what you're gonna become. You wanna feed yourself life. But it's also more than that. You believe that you're immortal. That's one thing. You act like you're immortal. That's another thing. But it's also another thing for your environment. Your environment as well plays out. It mutates your genes as well. Into the part where if you in a wrong environment, you're not gonna be immortal, because it's stopping your cell growth. You're not gonna be, you won't be who you are as a fully functional being, because you're not even in. You don't have the right amount of oxygen for your brain to function properly. We're in a carbonated environment where there's no oxygen around, and so we are breathing in this carbon, and it's limiting our function as a being. It's mutating our genes, mutating our RNA. You feel me? So we're not even humans. That's what it comes down to. But once we get in the right environment, we got the right mental, we eating the right foods, we immortal. You know, like I said, when the mental, you gotta believe this shit. You gotta believe this shit, because we know scientifically that our cells are constantly reproducing every day, and that they don't stop until you make them stop. Whether that's mentally, what you eat, the environment around you, all this shit plays in a part. And this for myself, and like I said, the beings who are interested in in trying to learn, or trying to better themselves, right? Because we are mortal. And like I said, we just got to be in the right environment. When I say right environment, I don't mean the city. I mean as close to the sun as possible, which is like near the equator, or and being around the right amount of oxygen that our brain needs to function. Because when you're in the city, you don't get the right amount of oxygen, so you are functioning at a lower capacity that you need to be. And so you don't receive this kind of information because you on a lower frequency. You can't think right. And but yeah, that's about it. I said what I needed to say. Peace, guys, goddesses. I love myself. I wish myself the best. Peace.